Hello everyone, it's time for another EU News Update, and we have so much to talk about. As always, for any merchandise you see in this video, I'll have links in the description to either buy or pre-order it. For anything you purchase off Amazon, be sure to use smile.amazon.com to have a portion of what you spend, at no additional cost to you, be donated to the Twin Suns Foundation, a charity dedicated to giving books to schools and hospitals. Thank you. And that actually brings me to the first story today. Thanks to all your charitable contributions, Twin Suns Foundation was able to donate 42 Star Wars books to the Geneva Academy in Louisiana. Twin Suns has also donated 41 Star Wars books and some bookmarks to the Mustang Public Library in Mustang, Oklahoma. These are the first big donations of 2022, but hopefully not the last. Speaking of the Twin Suns Foundation, it has been decided that they will not show up at Star Wars Celebration this year, due to Lucasfilm's wishy-washy planning and lack of updates to the various fan tables that have supported Celebration in the past. Personally, I'm not sure if Celebration will even occur this year at all, and it probably shouldn't. Unfortunately, I regret to report that EU author Dave Wolverton passed away last month. Dave wrote several Star Wars Missions and Star Wars Adventures books, and a handful of short stories. In regards to Star Wars, what he is best known for is writing, in my opinion, the very excellent novel, Courtship of Princess Leia. I know very little about Dave Wolverton's personal life, but I highly recommend you watch Matt Wilkins' A More Civilized Age video, where they share stories about Dave Wolverton. Everyone who knew him talks about how great a guy he was, and he will very much be missed. A patch for the Knights of the Old Republic on the Nintendo Switch has finally fixed the giant unnecessary text box that appears whenever you get into a combat situation. Previously, this giant box would take up a good portion of the screen during pretty important battle sequences, and has just been distracting. Thankfully, Aspyr was able to finally fix this for the Switch port, among a couple of other bugs that people have been complaining about. Also, Aspyr Media had a New Year's sale for their various Star Wars games, and they all got pretty heavily discounted. Most of them were half off. As for KOTOR, I've been tracking its sales at least as far as its Switch release goes. Since KOTOR came out for the Switch in November of last year, it's been doing very well, and has consistently been in the top sellers for the download-only category. But due to this sale, for a brief time, KOTOR was the highest-selling game on the platform in terms of digital downloads. Speaking of KOTOR, back in December, the 6-inch Revan Black Series figure got re-released in the Lucasfilm 50th anniversary packaging. Though it is just a re-release of an old EU figure, I neglected to mention it when it came out last year. My bad. If you don't already have this figure, or you just want it in the 50th anniversary box, the figure is now available on Amazon. Speaking of figures, I had previously reported that the Republic Commando figure Boss was going to be released in late December. Then the release date got delayed, so that he was set to come out in February. Once again, that release date got pushed back, so Boss is now coming out in March. Let's just hope that this is the final delay. In international news, on April 6th, one day after the Essential Legends Collection Wave 3 comes out in America, Spain is going to receive its first printing of the Kenobi novel. I love hearing more news like this of Legends books and comics coming to European countries. It seems that in the past year or so, parts of Europe are receiving much of the expanded universe for the very first time. As critical as I have been of how Star Wars is currently being run, it's nice to get some more news like this pop up lately. On January 26th, the YouTube channel The Vault just decided to drop some unseen Star Wars 1313 gameplay of Boba Fett chasing his mark across Coruscant, and I get upset with Disney all over again for canceling this. This game looked like it could have been awesome, and I'm definitely getting some Uncharted vibes here. At this point, it's a pipe dream, but considering we're getting a KOTOR remake that the fans have been demanding for years, why can't development also resume on Star Wars 1313 and have it be set in Legends universe? Disney owes us at least that much. On February 8th, just like how we got the super thick hardcover KOTOR Omnibus last year, the Rise of the Sith Omnibus has been released. This omnibus chronicles the comics that lead into Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn has a close encounter with the dark side while trying to prevent a civil war. And can Qui-Gon and his Padawan apprentice Obi-Wan Kenobi deal with an out-of-control cloud cruiser and the lawless world of Ord Mantell? As Mace Windu's Jedi Knights face the deadly threat of the Yinchori, Darth Maul strikes from the shadows, cutting down all obstacles in his mysterious master's way. And meet teenage Queen Padme Amidala, and young Anakin Skywalker, a boy with a dark destiny. Again, just like with the KOTOR Omnibus, it is expensive, but with the amount of content you're getting, it is probably the best value. Though I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to wait for this to go on sale for a little more. On February 9th, during Nintendo's Direct, Aspyr Media once again announced a port of an older Star Wars game to the Nintendo Switch. In this case, it's the Wii version of The Force Unleashed. I was expecting them to port the PS3 or Xbox 360 version, but I suppose this works too. The Wii version is much less powerful than the other two consoles that were out around the same time, so this game has many differences than the other two versions, but it also has a lot of content that was specifically added to it. The main thing being motion controls, which is being carried over to the Switch port. The PS3 and Xbox versions were the only versions I ever played, so I actually kind of look forward to this version when it gets released to the Switch on April 20th. Something that I haven't been talking about too much, and I will admit it's kind of a blind spot for me, the MMO Star Wars Galaxies has basically been around on fan servers since it got shut down in 2011. But the fan project Restoration 3, which launched in 2021, has really kickstarted the popularity of Galaxies, and they've been seriously stepping up, basically recreating Galaxies, and now have over 11,000 players. And this year they have even more plans, bringing back features from the original game. Current plans for 2022 include adding the planet Mustafar, which was part of the original third expansion for Galaxies, as well as new species, UI improvements, a crafting revamp, and a secret Jedi profession. More long-term plans include a regional government system, factional base combat, a crime system, world bosses, capital ships, and the dreaded Death Star 2. I just appreciate the effort that some fans put into Star Wars and help keep the EU alive in one way or another. For the last news story of the day, and probably the largest Star Wars release of the year, is the latest Old Republic expansion, Legacy of the Sith. It was originally supposed to come out in December 2021, but it got pushed back to February 15th, 2022. And to celebrate the return of a legendary Sith Lord, the Old Republic has announced a Darth Malgus-inspired Legacy of the Sith Digital Collector's Edition. With this bundle, players can continue their journey in the Old Republic in Darth Malgus' command chamber mount, wield his master's dual saber, or have a loyal droid mini-pet on their side. This bundle includes 30 days of subscription time, 2,400 cartel coins, Malgus' command chamber mount, Darth Vindikin's dual saber, and an MD-CH-1 droid mini-pet. As always, the Old Republic continues to be the only source of brand new Legends material, so I'm glad that it's still getting big releases like this. But what are all your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below.